Hey, Coach Curt coming at you. Welcome to another daily dose of destiny on behalf of Ann Sieg and all of us here at the e-commerce business school. Hey, what I want to share with you today is the greatest hit of Daily Dose of Destinies from last year, 2018. And it's my wife's greatest fear. I found that interesting that was the most popular viewed, engaged post from last year. Now, having said that, there were a couple more that might be right around there, or maybe even a little bit more from live events. But just in the normal course of Daily Dose of Destiny, that was the greatest hit from last year. And so I guess what I want to share with you, this Daily Dose of Destiny, by the way, might be just a little bit longer than some of the others. And so get a cup of coffee, just take a deep breath. It might be more closer to 10 minutes than 5 here today. I want to address fears, and I think I'm going to be talking about fears over the next few days. The live that got so much traffic last year was I told the story of my wife overcoming her fear of flying to fly to Hawaii because our granddaughter, that's where she and her Marine husband had our grandchild. We're now living with them in Florida. Now, having said that, she really is afraid of flying. I mean, it's not a little thing at all. It is a humongous fear. I don't like flying with her. She grabs my arm when there's just the least bit turbulence, and it's really, really difficult for her. She sees airplanes when we drive by airports, and she gets nauseous. I mean, I'm talking about an incredible fear. Yet we've flown all over the world, albeit whenever I could, I had her fly in different flights than mine and different itineraries. I mean, it's really, but she faces it and she goes through it. But here's what's kind of funny about that. It's actually not flying per se. She doesn't mind flying over land as much as she doesn't like flying over oceans because oceans have sharks. So it's a combination of getting in a plane crash over the ocean, going in the water, and then getting eaten by a shark. Okay, that's irrational. I realize that. But you know what? A lot of fears are irrational. A lot of our fears are not based in reality. We all know she's far more likely to get hurt or killed driving to the airport than getting on an airplane. We all know that. And so what I want to address today is we are here at the e-commerce business school to help you, if need be, identify fears, but also then overcome those fears in your life. And I want to tell you a story about that. This is a park in Hawaii near the North Shore, Waimai, I think it was called or is called. And what you see here, just a beautiful scenery. This picture was taken from the parking lot goes out there and then kind of winds back up and around, and you can look over. And this is obviously a huge rock. You see, maybe it's hard to see people climbing up to this rock and then they jump off. It's a fun time to jump off of this rock. Done it many, many, many times. And so, but the story I want to tell is my daughter, my eldest daughter, who's an accomplished gymnast in her day, actually just did a backflip off a thing first time, and it's quite a jump, and you got to make sure the tide's right and the waves are right and all that kind of stuff. And so you just lunge yourself off. My youngest daughter, the one whom we're living with now at the time, she was 10, I believe, 9 or 10. She really wanted to jump off this rock. And so we would go on the beach here. We'd climb all the way up and around the rock. As you can see, some people doing it here. You climb up and around, and then there's people waiting to jump. This is kind of a lower level. That's only about 20 feet. Up here, it's more like 30, 35 feet, where the highest jump that you could jump off of was, or is. And so we climbed all the way up there, and she's just petrified and said, I can't do it. We walked back down. Now, she was not a happy camper, so we're sitting back down on the beach. That's not us. We're talking as a family. And she says, okay, I'm going to do it. So I go up with her. We walk all the way up to the spot again. We're there. We're talking. She's seen other people jumping. Wow. Some guy at that point in time had his kid up there. He basically threw the kid off. And I thought, that's not the way to help people overcome their fears. And so we walked all the way back down. We talked some more. Now this whole process, we're talking, an hour or two. And so we're down there on the beach. And I said, Hannah, I'm going to go down. I'm going to jump in the water. I'm going to be right down here. And you're going to jump to me one more time. And so we talked, and, we talked through her fear into what was rational, what was maybe worst case scenario. Yeah, could you get hurt? I suppose. People did. Belly flops, that hurts the skin. And if you didn't jump with the waves, I suppose you could plunge to the bottom. But, hundreds, thousands of jumps I've seen, no one was ever hurt. So it's a rare, rare thing. And so we put everything into perspective, and she climbed way up there. And of course, the crowd started cheering for her. I was down, way down. Come on, making sure she jumped right in front of me, not on me. And, and so that's what she did. She jumped, and I tell you what, she was the happiest little girl in the world, that she continued to press through her fears and accomplish for herself that day what it was and what it is she wanted to accomplish. She would have been miserable going home if she hadn't have accomplished that goal that she had set for that day. And I think that life lesson is true of a lot of us. We want to do something. There is an element of risk, unfamiliarity, all of that to the process of what we want to accomplish. But then at the end of the day, have we taken the plunge? Did we do it? Did we give it our best and move it forward? And so that's what we do here at the E-commerce Business School. We want to help you overcome any and all fears that you have in your business to move forward. What's your greatest fear? Go ahead and give me some feedback. Type it in. Is it public speaking? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of succeeding? Is it what other people are going to think? Family members, so on and so forth. And so if you'll do that, that would just really be great. I'm going to be talking about fears over the next few days. So if you want to discover more about your destiny through the E-commerce Business School, just go ahead and go to joinebs.com. This is Coach Curt. If you want to know when the daily doses of destiny will be, go ahead and type add me in the comments there. So thank you for being with me today, and we are on this journey with you to overcome your fears in the days ahead. Coach Curt signing out.